If you have ever thought that it is too late for you, that weight loss success is impossible, you are not going to want to miss this week's episode. Today, I am sharing an interview with Patricia Sigerson. I have been trying to talk Patricia into doing an interview on our podcast for a while now. She is one of our amazing mentors in the NutriHabit community and is such an inspiration. And I know she hates the spotlight, but I'm so glad that she said yes because this interview was full of so many golden nuggets and is going to leave you feeling hopeful on your health journey. I started working with Patricia a few years ago, and she's had an incredible transformation in our program. When you achieve your goal and you've completed at least a year in the program, you can continue as a mentor for free lifetime support and maintenance. Our goal here at NutriHabit is not only to help you to achieve your goal body, but to learn the skill of maintenance and to provide that ideal support system to make losing weight for the last time and finding peace with food faster, easier, and way more fun. Patricia and our other mentors are an extra layer of support for the new people that join our community. In addition to our group and one-on-one coaching calls, accountability system, buddies for daily check-ins, and the many resources that we offer to help you with your mindset and strategy. And we are so lucky to have their wisdom and insights from living this lifestyle for years and navigating all of the ups and downs. And I just want to personally thank Patricia for doing this interview and for being a mentor and all of the mentors in our community for what they do. They are the heart of our Facebook community. They are who reach out to the new people, make them feel seen and supported and like they're not alone. And in this conversation, we talk about Patricia's story, her deep why, what it looks like to actually change the health of your family tree, how she's finding ways to show love and create new memories with her grandkids, and the tips that she would give to anyone who's just starting or feeling like they want to quit. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. This is episode number 247 of the Healthy Real Food Podcast, a conversation with Patricia Sigerson. This is the Healthy Real Food Podcast. I'm your coach, Erin Hart, a registered nurse and health coach who understands the struggle of feeling out of control around food and has walked the path of transformation. If you are a woman who feels powerless against your cravings and is ready to live your life with more energy, mental clarity, and purpose, there is hope. Here we believe that with God, a mindset of unstoppability, and consistent execution of a winning strategy, anything is possible for you. So if you're ready to find freedom from food addiction, take control of your health, and pursue your dreams with renewed energy, support, and accountability, let's go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Mindset. Today, we are so excited to have Patricia Sigerson with us. She is one of the mentors in our NutriHabit coaching program, and she's been with us for a long time and is such an inspiration to so many. She's the one that helps to moderate our Facebook group, and she does so much behind the scenes, reaching out to our new people and supporting them. And she's had an incredible health transformation herself that has, I think, been part of the reason that she's taken on this role. So, welcome, Patricia.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Erin. And first of all, I want to say thank you to you because you just never give up. You're just keeping on and, you're such a great cheerleader and keeping us all just feeling good because that's the big thing. What you eat is how you feel. And that's huge. But I just want to give a huge shout out to you because, I started with the BLE, but I gravitated to you because I feel more connected to you. Like it's not huge. If I want to get a hold of you or if I have a question, you're so easy. You're always there or you'll get right back to us. So just really appreciate you.
Thank you,
And
Patricia.
that's why I've been here, many years, because just very happy with your kindness and
Oh,
your direction. Yeah. Thank you.
that's so sweet of you to say. And yeah, I couldn't do it without you. I feel like we have this shared mission that it's more than just helping people to lose weight. Our goal here at NutriHabit and in our program is to really help people to find peace with food in their bodies so that they can be able to do all the things that they want to do and so that they can be able to chase their dreams and show up the way that they want to. I think our real goal is just helping people so that they can live their lives to its fullest. And I definitely couldn't do it without you.
Oh,
I think,
but you could, but I'm gonna cry. Oh, let's cry easy, just so you know.
yeah, because what I think what's really a big shift for people is understanding that it's not just about the food. The food is part of it, right? But it's more about the mental clarity and all the benefits that we see. So it's a mission that I feel I have that, and that helps me to keep going and be unstoppable in this pursuit of sharing this message of hope because like, when your life has been transformed, how can you not want to share that with other people? So tell us a little bit about your story. Tell us where you started before Brightly Needing, before NutriHabit, before all of this. Like, what were some of the struggles that you had?
Well, I grew up in a huge family. There's 9 of us. I'm the youngest, so I got to see all the stuff.
Mhm.
And my mom was a diabetic, and she would sit there in her chair. I remember as I got older, she'd be sitting in her lounger, and she would eat not my food, and she would just fall asleep. And that's just how it affected her. And she passed at 70. I'm going to be 67 in July. So, but with a big family, she loved us so much, and my dad loved us so much that they always wanted us happy. So, the big thing was always giving us treats because they could afford that. So, yeah, sugar to me was a huge treat. But I finally learned it's not my friend. The more I eat, the more I crave. And finally, after how many years, realize that, like some people can, like alcoholics, some people can drink and doesn't affect them and others can't. Well, that's kind of what's happened with me with sugar and flour. So and I love anything natural. So when my mom passed, it was like 20 some meds she was on. My husband, 20 some meds, he passed. So it's really a deep why for me.
Mhm.
And so, knock on wood, I take no meds. I don't have to. I have a wonderful doctor that works with me. And if my cholesterol gets a little high, then I use food as medicine.
Mhm.
And I make sure that I stay the course and I go in, and he gave me a huge high five and was like, hey, you did it. Because the doctor that was the head of this practice called me and wanted to put me on statins and said, I can't do it without meds.
Mhm.
So I was like, and so when I went back for my appointment, my doctor was like, did Dr. Chen call you? And I'm like, yeah, she did. She's pretty much said I need to go on this med. Anyway, she gave me a huge, her name is Sarah. She gave me a huge high five and said, hey, you did it. You did it. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of food as medicine. That's how we feel. That's how we move. So that's my story is my
Mhm.
big why is staying off meds. So I,
Yeah, I remember when we first started working together, us talking about that and how important that was for you to not have to
Mhm.
take all of those medications, just seeing your family go through all of that pain and suffering and how so having a deep why, whatever it is for any of us, I think is so important to help us because a third of the time on our health journey, yeah, we have positive emotion. We're excited about this. When we're making lifestyle changes, we're motivated. A third of the time, it's boring and repetitive, and a third of the time, it feels really hard and you want to quit. But what can help us not quit, what can help us really achieve our goals and be successful is when we have that deep, abiding why. When you have that deep why, it can help you to blow past every obstacle. So, you doing that inner work, that's just and coming to know what that is is I think from what I've seen, just such an important part of
Mhm.
why you're so unstoppable and why you keep going. It's like we all have, need a course correct sometimes, and we're not all perfect. It's not about
No,
perfection, but it's progress over perfection. And if we can stay focused on what we want and why it's important for us, we can do it. One of the things you talked about with your with your mom and dad and trying to show love with food, I think that that's something that we all relate to, and it's so ingrained in us from when we're little kids, like, it's a
mhm,
reward, it's a celebration or for any emotion, like, turning to the food, but a lot
mhm,
of times it starts in childhood like that, and I know you're a grandma now,
mhm.
right? Te
Yes,
and that you have taken a different approach to showing love. Tell us a little bit
right.
about how you do that now with your own grandkids.
Well, yeah, so it's a huge learning for me too because it's not how I grew up.
Mhm,
So learning, they love to come and make salads. Like I have so many different varieties and they can make their own, and so many times when we're so busy family, it's like you just make their food and. So it's really neat to incorporate, them to make their pick and choose what they want. And then smoothies. I keep frozen grapes in my freezer. And oh my gosh, they love first thing they come in the door, they love those frozen grapes. And then I take care of my 2-year-old grandson. And the first thing he does when he walks in the door is goes, apples. And he has this biggest smile. He's like, apple? And so it's just kind of neat that, I'm learning how to help them kind of become a little healthier. And then this morning, I was getting my granddaughter on the bus, and her big thing is she wants to get on the paddle boat this weekend. She's going to come spend the night, and she wants to do the paddle boat. So it's just need to be healthy foods and being active, movement. And we're going to do disc golf this summer, but it's a beautiful on the lake disc golf course. Doesn't cost anything, and that's something we're all excited about doing together, it's just golf. So yeah, just trying to be active, doing the healthiest thing I can for the grandchildren. Cause yeah, my memories are my mom taking me on a ride and going through the country and getting a special treat that wasn't, that great for me, but I remember that. So I'm trying to change that, and so they have other good memories of us going on the paddle boat or
mhm.
just, going and seeing the little frogs and seeing all the nature. And so I want to be outside more with, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's just
Oh, yeah.
every day learning, 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 because there's so many different, like some people, like I watch the food revolution, and that's awesome. So I love that we're eating real food, and you just can't go wrong by abstaining from sugar and flour. That's what I think everybody agrees on. Sugar and flour is not our friend.
Yeah, and having that growth mindset that what is hard for us at first, like, can become easy. But yeah, what when you were saying as a grandma, it's so neat how you're changing your family tree. And
Mhm.
I think for all of us, like, when you educate a mom or when you support a mother or a grandmother, it has such an impact not only on them and their lives, but their families' lives, their community, and look at how that is rippling to what behaviors you're able to model for your kids and
Mhm.
grandkids that are healthy and separating food from connection. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of us, I think, when we start this lifestyle, those 2 are so intertwined, food and connection with people, that we think if we eat differently, then we're not gonna connect as much. But, yeah, I think that we can connect more and more deeply
And you
when
feel so much better when you eat healthy, you feel like doing more things with them. I'm not sitting in a chair just doing nothing. I'm busy all the time.
yeah, like,
So,
not focusing on what you're giving up, but focusing on what you're gaining.
uh-huh.
And when you're not thinking about food and your weight and your body all the time, we can focus more on people and real deeper connection. So it is such a mindset shift for so many of us that have also struggled with that or grown up that way. But I love how your cute little grandbaby, how
Yes, and he always says that. He has it with a big smile because he knows I love it. I love him coming in and asking for the apple. It's
oh,
in
it's
the
so sweet.
mornings. It's so neat, and that's how he starts his breakfast every morning with apple. A week,
Good.
twice a week, so that's how he starts his day with me is an apple, and
Yeah.
he asked for it, so it's neat. I'd taken him yesterday to it's called Hope Cafe. It's really neat gathering place. And there was an older lady there. And she goes, well, because I don't have not my food in my house. And then sometimes he'll ask for that. And she goes, well, I give my grandchildren, they always know I have sugar stuff with me. And I just looked at her and I'm like, well, I just don't have it in my house. It's all open. I mean, there's other things that they can be excited about. There's so many good foods. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and, like, reading a book
And he did
or,
that.
like, holding hands and going on a walk, like, there's so many other ways to show love and connection
Mhm.
besides with food. Because I started this lifestyle when I had little kids. My girls, I think, were, like, 6, 4, and 1-year-old when I started. But yeah, that was different, trying to figure out how to show love without food and
And if they want something, I'm not going to say no, no. It's like
yeah, yeah,
there's always moderation for them. I just don't have it here. So, it's like, I'm not real strict with them. Because
yeah,
I don't know, there's different like, if you say no, I just feel like sometimes if they want something, they can have that.
I think our kids don't have the same issues that we have with food, and it's not really healthy to restrict kids. I think in terms of, like, you can never have this or this,
Right.
and,
I'm not
I
like
mean, we're all trying to figure this out, but yeah,
yeah.
that's how we navigate it in our household too, is that, yeah, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial, so those are
Mhm.
sometimes foods,
Yeah.
like a treat's not a treat if you have it every day, and just teaching them, you know, when you're a mom and you're doing your own health transformation, we don't have to
Mhm.
talk about our weight or anything like that, but just making healthy choices, like, this is how you eat a balanced meal, like, and why that's important and how it gives you
Mhm.
such good energy and makes you
Mhm.
feel so much better. Or when you're mad, not turning to food or saying,
Right.
my brain is telling me that maybe I should eat to feel better, but I think I'm going to go on a walk instead. And just modeling those types of things that I think
That's
that
great.
can
That's
help our
great.
kids to learn those skills and those tools that we didn't have when we were younger.
And we like to take the paddle boat out and do like a little picnic under the tree. There's a tree on the lake. And so I'm just like, well, think about what you want to take. And I think she knows me. So she was saying what she wanted, but it was all like healthy foods that she wanted. I was like, oh, great. So it's just one
Yeah.
day at a time
So
learning because that's not how I grew up.
it's
Yeah.
not selfish for us as moms and grandmas to prioritize our healthcare and our health and our self-care, right? Because it's the best gift we can give to our kids and our grandkids. And
Mhm.
so it's so neat to hear your story with that.
And there's so many beautiful foods we can have, and it's like, we are so blessed. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's concentrating on those foods that we can have.
Yeah, like that abundance mindset, focusing on the all we eat every food group and all the colors and variety that
Mhm.
anyone in the world in a third world country would just
Yeah.
be
I'm
so
kind of
grateful to have what we have the opportunity to eat.
I'm kind of on simple and more fresh. That's what I like.
Mhm.
It's just fresh fruits and veggies and stuff
Right,
like that.
right. So you started this lifestyle a few years ago, and before you started, what did life look like for you every day? Like, what were some of the things that you struggled with, and what are some of the benefits you've seen since you've changed the way that you've eaten? Like, what are your non-scale victories?
Well, I eat a lot of sweets. And then it's like I didn't feel good. My stomach hurt. And then, you kind of get that depression, like, I just don't feel good. And, I just didn't feel good. And
Mhm.
then you're not as active. I think just eating healthy now, I have energy. I feel good. I don't get so depressed. My stomach hurts if I eat stuff I don't like.
And sometimes you don't realize how sick it makes you until you stop eating it. But sometimes we don't realize the effect it has on us, or if we go back to eating it and then we're like,
Like
that
low
does
energy,
not feel good. It's a good reminder that,
low
uh,
energy. But the big thing is my stomach doesn't feel good.
mhm, yeah,
Yeah, so eating, healthier is just making me feel good. I want to do more things. Want to be
yeah, and you're
a great
really
girlfriend.
energetic and active, and yeah, you're just always going and doing.
Another scary thing, like now I've had like 3 classmates has passed recently.
Oh,
I'm
just
gonna be
so
going
young.
through. Yeah,
In our food environment, there's so many of us in our society that are struggling with this. It's such a
yeah.
huge problem for so many. And it's fresh on my mind too. My mother-in-law, I talked about how she'd been in the ICU, but she's on hospice now. Like, and she
Mhm.
can't stand up
Right.
anymore. She can't
Sure.
walk. She's completely dependent on us as her kids to take care of everything to help her.
Mhm.
And so these last couple of weeks have been, sorry, it makes me a little emotional because yeah, just seeing how regretful she feels. And for most of us, it's not too late. I mean, unless you're on your deathbed, it's not too late to make these changes. Like you were saying, food is the best medicine, and you can change your health trajectory. You can literally add a decade to your life by making these changes and have a better quality of life.
Let's say you eat off plan one day, or something. You eat something you didn't think you were gonna eat, and then the next day you start fresh and you start feeling better right away. Just
Right. It's
being
not all or nothing. It's not all or nothing. And yeah, that's such a good point because I think a lot of us feel like we have to be perfect at this to
That's
be
me.
successful. But
I was always, when you're first learning too, you're always trying to be perfect. And, I still measure everything. I have
right.
my
Yeah.
scale on my counter. I measure everything, but I try not to be perfectionist anymore because it makes your head go, oh, I don't do that anymore. I just really concentrate on what I'm eating.
Mhm.
And, that's the best way is, if you can eat
Yeah.
healthy. And I pretty much stay with the same plan and try to just eat healthy. I know what to do. So,
Right. Just
but
ditching.
connection is so important because, it's kind of like who you surround yourself with is, kind of who you become and who you so, I always try to surround myself with healthy and, connection. Not saying we're perfect because I'm not, but at least connection is it's a reminder every day that, this is best plan for me.
And yeah, we don't judge anyone who's struggling. I think all of us have been there, and that's what makes you such a great mentor. Is that you're so empathetic. You've been in those shoes before. You were at that place where you're struggling. And so I think that a great mentor is just someone who's empathetic and non-judgmental and a safe place to share all the wins and challenges with. And we all need that. Yeah, we strive for 100%, but we celebrate the B minus. Like we're human
Mhm.
and overcoming perfectionism is a really important part of this process because so many of us, that's what's held us back for so long. This all or nothing thinking, or like we have to give ourselves a little bit of room for grace and become a master at the skill of course correcting. And course correcting is a skill. Like what have you learned that has helped you to overcome all or nothing thinking and perfectionism? How have you learned to course correct?
It really is just by the way I feel. If I do something that I shouldn't do, or it's just like, oh my gosh, I don't feel good. And so that helps me. Also, staying connected, it just keeps confirming to me, that's what I need to do. I need to not give up because it's so easy. There's so many foods out there and
Mhm.
not everybody eats healthy. So, yeah, just keep on, keep on. And that's what you do, Erin. I mean, look at how many years you've been doing this since you've lost your weight. And yeah,
Oh, yeah, and
you
I've been
just got to
through
keep doing it. I mean, if you get it, you just got to get right back on.
yeah,
Good,
quickly.
good.
Quickly, immediately, I have a rule in my life. I try to never have 2 meals off plan in a row. And so, yeah, I've had lots of ups and downs too, and it's
Hmm.
a it's like riding a bike, like, sometimes when you get started, you're really bad at this and you're wobbly but with time and practice, you can become a master at it. It becomes easy and
Hmm.
effortless, but you have to just keep going. What tips do you have, Patricia? Because you've mentored a lot of people and
Hmm.
helped a lot of people achieve success. What are some of the tips or the things that you've learned that could help someone who's just starting this lifestyle or thinking of starting a real food lifestyle and wanting to change their health trajectory?
I think number one is putting yourself first because, that's another hard one. We're mothers and we're grandmothers. Yeah, I think putting yourself first because there's always a celebration every day, where you can eat
Yeah.
off plan.
There's
Always.
always something, some excuse that you could make
Yeah.
every day.
So
I
just making sure you are prepared, have the food you need, bring it with you or eat before, and then start really celebrating the foods we can have. It's like I used to concentrate on, oh gosh, I can't have that or I can't have this. Well, concentrate on the foods we can have because there's so many foods that are delicious that you can have, and yeah, so that's what
uh,
the biggest tip. Instead of feeling, I used to feel deprived, like I can't have this. Well, and then you kind of start eating it and then, you go off plan and then it's hard to get back on. So eat the foods that love you back.
And I like the way I like to think about it is that, yeah, I can have anything I
Right.
want. I can
Hmm.
make any choice I want. But what is gonna serve me and what doesn't? It's not that I can't have something, it's that I'm choosing this. I'm
Yeah.
choosing this. And we have to choose our hard. It's hard to make lifestyle choices, but it's also hard to be obese and depressed and sick. So choose your heart. I love what you said about putting yourself first
Yeah.
because that's hard for a lot of us, especially women,
Mhm.
to prioritize our needs or preferences over others. And So learning to ask for what you want, I
Mhm.
think is something that a lot of us don't have a lot of practice with can that
And
is
they will
important to do,
if
and
you
it's
make it
okay.
your identity, then they're going to like, "Oh, I wanna make su" like my daughters, make sure she has good foods for me, and stuff like last week,
Right, right.
I watched my special needs grandson, and she brought over, these special foods, like fresh green beans and potatoes and, just some really good stuff that she knew what that I would love. But how neat is that, that once you start doing it over and over and over, it becomes your identity. And then, if they have you over for dinner or we go out to dinner, they always think of that. Make
Oh, yeah.
sure I have something I can eat.
Yeah,
And you
and
try not to be picky. I mean, really, if you stay simple, you can't go wrong. So,
and I think a lot of people worry about putting other people out but I think it's okay, like, if the tables were turned and someone else had a food preference or they had a goal that they were working toward, wouldn't you support them in that? And it's okay for us to ask for that support that we would give. And if they aren't supportive or if they do have opinions about it, it's okay for other people to feel disappointed or whatever they're feeling. But prioritizing ourselves and loving ourselves first
yeah.
is the best gift we can give to our family and our community. And what you said about planning preparation is also so important. That is the key
Mhm.
to success in this lifestyle and that abundance mindset and shifting from scarcity to abundance because no one
Mhm.
wants to feel deprived their whole life. But if you can
Yeah.
shift it into what you're gaining from living this way and the how celebrating your food, like you said, it makes the process so much easier to
Yeah.
create long-term lifestyle changes.
And, now that I'm by myself, it's I do a lot of frozen stuff, like the grapes or the fruit and veggies and because, it's for one person, you can't always use everything up. I mean, I buy fresh because that's what I prefer, but like emergencies or something, I always have stuff I can get out of the freezer that, is good for me. So that's the other thing because it's learning, not to do waste and not buying enough. And let's say somebody comes to visit, it's like, I have frozen muffins, sugar free, flour free in there and stuff like that. And yeah, so the freezer has been really good for me because otherwise I'm like, oh, you feel like
Yeah, like
emergency
always having a
you
backup
don't have
plan.
anything, and the air fryer has been really, like, doing carrot fries.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Patricia, thank you so much for taking the time to share your
Well,
story and your
I
wisdom.
appreciate you.
I
So
think that I hope that the people who hear this just feel hope, knowing that, if Patricia can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. Like we are not special. We are just women who made a decision and you can do it too. So, is there anything that you want to leave everybody with? Like what message of encouragement would you like to share?
just surround yourself with, making sure you're consistent with the people that give you great ideas. Like, it's so neat. Shout out to Jane. She's been awesome, and Jen. I love their excitement and, finding out, oh, I can do this, or, it's just really neat to surround yourself with people that give you great ideas and keep you updated on what's new and healthy for you.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I think what you said, it just is so important to surround yourself with the community that your desired behavior is the normal behavior. And that's why we've created our community here. If someone who is listening is struggling on their health journey, if they're trying and they're not getting the results that they want or they're struggling, there really is hope. And we've just really created that ideal support community with buddies for daily accountability, with mentors like Patricia as an
Mhm.
extra layer of support and accountability scheduled check-ins throughout the year to help you when it gets boring or hard, that can help you to not quit. And the key to success is just staying in the game. We invite you guys, if there's anyone listening who wants support on your health journey, and we would love to have you come and connect with us. So thank you so much, Patricia. And thank you, everybody, for listening today. We will see you next week. Thanks for listening today. If you enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love my coaching program. If you're struggling and want to lose weight for the last time, I can help you. Just imagine living in your goal body and having peace with food. Your success is guaranteed. To learn more about how to get support, guidance, and accountability so you can find peace with food, achieve your goal body this year, and have more energy, visit www.healthyrealfood.com. While you're there, click the link to my schedule for a free one-to-one coaching call so we can get you started on your success path. You have the power to create the life that you want. This is the year of you. I'm cheering you on. Now go win the day. You got this.